it is. So we got a video of the cops arresting a young black girl. And when I tell y'all, it's truly pull up season on this video, I really mean pull up season on this video. We'll be right back on the Keep It P podcast. I, I'm, let's go.
Early in the morning, wake yo goat mouth ass up.
Hey, yeah, this is the Keep It P podcast where we take news, situations, everyday occurrences, and in the deed we show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P. And I'm not trying to tell you what to think. I'm trying to show you how to think. That's the reason why I bust down the articles the way I do. If it's your first time seeing this program, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and hit that like button because that helps with the algorithms. Then I want you to, if you've never seen this program before, hit subscribe, and then there's a bell for notifications. If you hit that, you can be alerted each and every time I decide to go live. And let me change this here. It's a different show, so I need to change that. This one right here, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and warn you right now. This is a trigger warning. I chose to do this story over on top of all the other stories that I got because they targeted our kids, y'all, straight up and down. No way to get around it. What that means is, it's some pull up due on this one, man. I really, yeah, I really feel like it's some straight pull up going on here because here, let me show you. Let me show y'all. I'll show you. Good morning, mom. Yeah, let me show you the video, and then I'll come right back with my commentary. Um, Warning: this is not for the faint of heart. Right? Here we go. Here we go, y'all. The sound is pretty low. Oh, but y'all see them slamming that baby to the ground like that? You see that? Hold on. Let me blow that up a little bit. Hold on. Did y'all see that? I'm gonna play it one more time because I want you to get angry. Check that out. Look at that. Look how they doing that little baby. You see that? Some grown ass men kneeling on top. Ooh, that shit fucking pisses me off, man. Ooh, that shit pisses me off, baby. There is no justification for that shit. I don't care what you say. That's some grown ass mans, and that's a little damn kid, man. Let me read this damn article because I really don't give a damn what they got to say about it because it ain't no justification for it. I ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say about it. Um, just know that you would never, ever, ever see little Jennifer get treated like that, or you would never, ever see little Timmy get treated like that. Oh hell no! Is this another video? Man, don't tell me I'm looking for another video and found another video of police. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do that story again. I will do that story right back to back. Anyway, it says a California police department has issued an apology. We don't want no apology. Let's pull up, man. They playing too much. Apology after a black teen was forcibly thrown to the ground during an arrest. That don't look like a black teen. That look like a kid. See how they always trying to make black kids older than they seem. Talking about that's a teenager. Yeah, what, 13? That's a kid. That's a adult. I mean, a adolescent. The video, which quickly went viral on social media, shows Rialto police officers kneeling on a teenage girl. They said it again. See that? Trying to make her older. Don't feel too bad. It's not a child. No, it's a little girl holding her neck with their hands. Rialto Police Department made a statement on February 11th incident Tuesday, saying that the teenage girl had refused to identify herself after being stopped for riding an illegal street pocket bike and traveling at an unsafe speed on a residential street. Now that's baby baby demonization. It don't. I know the tactics that they use against us. All right. And that one's what you call demonization. Basically, what they're saying is that she was on an illegal bike and speeding, so she was a criminal, so she deserved what she got. That's what they're trying to say. This means pull up. Said it goes on to say because police officers could not prove her identity or release the juvenile to her parents with the citation to appear in court, she was arrested. The statement continued. Yeah, y'all could arrest her, but y'all didn't need to do all of that. Definitely didn't need to do all of that. After viewing body cam footage, Police Chief Mark Killings claimed that the girl appeared to have resisted arrest, but also said that the department was looking into the officer's decision trip trip the juvenile to the ground and put his hands on her throat during the arrest. The teen was later released to her family in the detention center. I have requested an independent investigation by the San Bernardino County District's Attorney Bureau of Investigations to determine if the officer's use of force options were lawful, Rialto spokesman Alden Ortega said in a statement. I have also now notice this. Notice they're saying, "Well, we're looking to see if it was lawful." We don't know right now if it was, it was unlawful. But plus, you heard that the black teen deserved it because she was speeding. He said, it says our investigation determined if department policies, rules, or procedures were violated. Derivative directives confirm violations of policies will lead to disciplinary action. So that's why they write things in the policy vaguely like that, so they can use it like this to explain away, right? The officers whose identity is being held because they don't want no pull up. So, internet, do your magic, find out who he is, and complete that mission. It says which has been on paid administrative leave. They agree with it because if they didn't, they would have fired him. Which is appropriate under circumstances, the state says. In the video posted to Instagram, two cops are seen pulling the girl's arms as they stopped her with a bike, turns in the direction of the person filming, and then he says that she wants to get her brother. One of the male cop nudges her and pushes her and trips her to the ground. Both of the cops hold the girl down, one who threw her down, pinning her down with his knees and putting his hands on her neck. Did you just try to fight me? He repeatedly yells. He attempts to readjusting himself while pinning the girl down. The girl continuously yells for her brother, and the camera then shifts to show the police officers arresting her and putting her in the back of a police cruiser. While she's sitting there in the back seat, one of the officers aggressively holds her down after the bystander walks up to the scene. The officer seemingly motions for the man to stand back. Social media users are outraged by the officers, accusing them of abusing their power and using excessive force on a young girl who appeared to be frightened by the situation. You goddamn right. This is terrorism. Professor Black Truth got a moment of truth. If y'all not watching Moment of Truths every morning, y'all not getting the breakdown. I did this story because I was inspired by Professor Black Truth's Moment of Truth this morning because this shit needs to be highlighted. Hold on. What you say there? Hold on. What you say there? Who that is? Donnie. What up, mommy? Said pull-up season may change the weather, but pull-ups never stop. You goddamn right. We sure need some. Like this is ridiculous with them on the shorty. They really testing our nuts right now, man. And if y'all let them target our kids, we ain't got no future. It says, what happens if she was a white teenager? Twitter user posted in response video. You don't escalate it by creating a dangerous situation by slamming a child to the ground, scarring her for life, another person wrote. She's a child, a user posted when the video was shared on TikTok. She should never have been handled. You should have never handled her like that, no matter what the case is. Rialto Police Department concluded an apology from the police chief. Now, see, they apologizing because they don't want no smoke. They ain't released that name because they don't want no smoke. Once they do, I mean, y'all see, this is why a police database is so important. So we would know who's on the force, who got leave, who's not there. We need intel. Instead of y'all niggas screaming world star, y'all need to be screaming intel. Like the person shooting this video, they should have asked what the officer's name was on camera. You see what I'm saying? We got to start getting them. Then we would have known the name from the video. Then they would have tried to scrub their websites, like I'm sure they did, to erase all the racist paraphernalia that you could probably find on their web pages. They erased it. They go through and scrub that. So, um, yeah, man, I ain't hearing shit but a pull up. Last but not least, it says, we apologize to the juvenile's family regarding the unfortunate circumstances. Chief Kling said, at the time our police department strives to build community relationships, we certainly fell short in this encounter. No, you fell short? See, that look, they can't go against their own at all. But nah, there ain't no fall short, cuz. Nigga, y'all terrorized that black young girl. That's terrorism. The force was unnecessary, but there is two sides to a coin, and she was resistant regardless. We have to see it from all sides, and a juvenile is anyone under 18. Cuz, let me tell you something. Being on code is not going against the group for the others. This isn't the time for you to point out the fact that her resisting. Um, all teenagers resist. They defy, they rebel. That's what teenagers do. This is a child, though. This is a kid body here. We're talking about. You got a daughter. I got one too. If the roles was reversed, you wouldn't give a fuck what your daughter did and how she acted. That I ain't no splaining for them. We ain't going on that. We got to hold the cops to a higher standard. They're public servants. They're trained in these situations to de-escalate. You're saying that a child should know how to handle her first encounter with a police when that child sees everything that them police do to people like her, running across a screen on a goddamn loop feed. You see what I'm saying? He said body language plays a part in an arrest or altercation. Listen, we talking about a kid, man. None of that body language. What are you talking about? Again, they're supposed to be experts trained in de-escalation. They can't, they escalated the situation that didn't need to be escalated. They supposed to calm the child down or restrain them in the manner where you ain't got to be all excessive and put your knee all in their chest and all of that shit. That shit's bullshit. He said we have to hold each other to a higher standard. Um, Now I'm agree with you there, but on something that you don't see. This is part of being on code. What this means is the parents ain't on code because, as Dr. Neely Fuller Jr. so eloquently put it, there's roots to this shit when you encounter police, when you behind enemy lines, when you're a victim of white supremacy, right? That means ain't no and the parents is at fault because they didn't teach this baby this. Like my kids know it, your kids should, anybody black kids and people should know this. This is a rule for us. Ain't no fussing, no fighting, and no fleeing. That's where the little girl fucked up at. If you want to talk about where she fucked up, it is their jobs to calm them down, fam. That's totally false. It is their jobs to calm down and de-escalate the situation. That is their job. But I'm going to agree with you and say it's the parents for not having that talk with them kids about what the fuck the deal is. Because my kids know, yo, ain't no fussing, ain't no fighting, ain't no fleeing when you in the counter of a police. Because those are 3 things that they can use to kill you unjustly. It's rules to this shit. That's another part of being on code. Knowing the rules. Right? Breeze, you feel what I'm saying? So Dr. Neely Fuller says, cuz no fussing, no fighting, no fleeing. And instead and before you or mine or anybody else's child get in this situation, they need to be informed of that. That is a duty of the parents to inform the child of, you know it. That's right. That's right. Don't fuss, don't fight, don't flee. Right? So it is the duty of the parents to inform the child on how to conduct themselves out here in the streets. So you're right. It does start at home. See, we can agree. When you're right, you're right. Compensatory counter racism code. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all need to get up on you some Neely Fuller, okay? But basically, this is what I'm saying. There's 2 things that we can, and I'm glad you said what you said, because there's people that think like you, and we need to dispel that myth right now. One, being on code is not going against each other to side with the others, right? Like, notice, I'll give you an example. You would never see a white person bashing any of their icons, regardless. You will never see a white person team up with a black person to demonize a white person. You just won't see it. You want to know why? Because they're on code with each other, and they don't believe that they believe in riding with their people first, regardless. That's where we need to be. We need to be. He said they should know how to move based off what they've been seeing in the media. You're right. I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I'd say at some point, being a teenager or coming up in this society, you should know. That's another thing. Professor Black Truth and everybody says everybody knows about racism. But if you got parents that are good at denying it or looking over it or dismissing it, then that trickles on down to the cheering, where she is not aware of the girl was out of pocket and so was the police. They was, but off code is talking about the girl's behavior in this situation, because that's not what's relevant. That does not trump the fact that these cops was out of control to the girl. And see, if we want to be on code, right, what you can't do is you're giving the others an out by saying that she was out of pocket. Yeah, we know that. And the sky's blue and water's wet. And see, what that does is give white supremacists and others on the opposing team out to justify what the cop did. You can't do that, brother. You can't do that, at least in a public forum. And that's called being on code, doing what's best for the group first, right? So even if you feel like that, stop putting that shit out here like that. Them defeatist ass point of views, like, well, she was out of pocket. Yeah, we know she out of pocket, but that does not negate the fact that they're conducting terrorism on black kids. That doesn't negate that. That doesn't negate the fact that black kids are being systematically terrorized by law enforcement. Right? He said that plays a big part. If she's hostile, they're going to be hostile. Again, sir, you sound like you're police-splaining. Police are trained in the art of de-escalation, sir. We see this when they pull over a white person with a gun on their hip. They got restraint and they got poise and calmed in. They don't pull out their shit and just shoot them, right? So they turn it on and they turn it off when they want to. For you highlighting the girl's behavior justifies what they did. We gotta stop doing that, man. You traumatized by what you see? Yeah, I mean, um, we gonna get you on code yet. It's gonna be hard, but you keep watching this motherfucker. You gonna be on code, and I appreciate you speaking up too. So you help me use those sort of kind of ideas for teaching moments for my audience. So I greatly appreciate you. Again, we ain't always got to. We agreed on a few things. The girl is out of pocket. I get pulled over and I have a gun on me all the time. Come on with the cliches, bro. We're not. We don't speak in absolutes, though. But you would be a fool to say that black people aren't disproportionately killed for the simplest things. And just because you ran into a few nice cops, and I hate, and I hate to, I hate to, I don't wish anything on you, but I would sure hate for white supremacy to fall on you for you to get it. And see, we see that a lot of times. People like yourself deny, explain, dance around, still want to blame us. How you act is how they react. Do you have police friends or something? You seem very sympathetic towards the police, which is super weird for a black male. Do you have police friends? Because it doesn't make sense for a black male like yourself in today's days and time to be actually splaining for the cop after you see what they just did to a little black girl. It's weird to me. You got cop friends? He said, "Shit, the way you talk, those cops are your damn friend." Exact. That's what I said, Breeze. Okay, I'm not the only one. That's what I'm talking about. Cuz, man, listen, cuz, you're severely off code, sir. I mean, we have a viewership of a lot of uncode people. They're gonna definitely let you know too, fam. He said, most definitely, he's in bed with Becky the whole 9 yards. Well, sir, I would say I hate to make a correlation, and it's not true because I know people who defy this rule. But usually when you get in bed with Becky, marry Becky, have babies with Becky, your thoughts towards these situations get skewed. Said no, but your uncle was a sheriff and he talked about proper education and interacting with the police. Yeah, I know, but I know. Rest in peace, Uncle Donald. I already know he was not out there on no coon shit. I can tell you that right now. I know. I know Uncle. I know Uncle Donald wasn't on no coon shit. And I know Uncle Donald wasn't arrested and slamming down no black kids. And damn show ain't do no white kids like that. You want to know why? Because it's a written rule not to do white kids like that, but it's okay to do ours like that. This is the point for this article, bro. You doing all of that explaining for them, and we getting all off this topic, dispelling these myths and these concerns of yours that has nothing to do with being on code. And this that he said it's a difference. Listen, man. Yeah, my uncle was a deputy sheriff, by the way. He wasn't like a cop. My uncle was black. So it's a big difference. Anyway, cuz you're off code, family. But I invite you back because your differences in an opinion help me teach my audience, help me use these as teaching moments, man. Good shit. But learn something. Don't just keep spewing. Don't just keep, doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results is insanity. So if you're presented with new information, which is factual, you're not concerned. Yeah, I know. Okay, well, you should be concerned because you got black kids too. They're black too. That could have easily been your daughter in that situation, right? Or what about your son? You know what I'm saying? Not putting no business out there, but you know what I'm saying? What if he got into that encounter and didn't know how to move and shake well, and they did that to him? Would you still be saying, oh, because of my son's condition, now that's why they did that. It's okay. Would you be okay with that if that happened to your son? Would you be okay with that until it happen when it happens to your son? Is that what you're saying? Because if you're saying that, then I don't have an argument. If you keeping the same smoke and the same energy like you would as if it was your son or your daughter, I can't argue with you. Your opinion is opinion, but I can tell you that you on code. And when it comes to these kind of conversations, especially if you in mixed company, especially if you in mixed company, fam, it's good that you actually saying that shit in front of me on a forum like this, so we can talk it out, hash it out, and get the right way. But you sitting around at Starbucks or at your job or something like that, and you saying some shit like, yeah, but she was foul, she was out of pocket, she was unruly. You just gave the excuse for all your PC friends, your Mexican friend, whatever they is, to justify them police doing something to that girl. Yeah, we're not supposed to argue with prisoners. He's a prisoner of white supremacy, just like I am. But um, that's my real family that I'm talking to. So like we got a connection. Like I'm gonna tell him I just love there. So I can't I would be doing cause of injustice if I don't tell him the truth. That don't mean I'm gonna shun him for his views or beliefs, but I still got to hit you with that truth, whether you like it or not. And I would hope that when the intelligence in you is presented with real new factual information, and you're able to adjust your your view based off the introduction of new facts. My son won't be without me, first off, and my daughter knows how to conduct herself. All right. Your son goes to school, right? Do you walk around with your son every day at school? Because most of these incidents happen at school, and they send liaison officers up at school. So you're telling me you don't work? You walk around with your son every day at school? Okay. Because he takes the bus home, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're not with him all the time. Yeah, you tell those truths that you love. Yeah, yeah. I try to, but again, you don't know how your daughter act, nigga. She ain't never been in fucking no proximity with the police. She watched TV just like you said that other girl should have known. Your daughter might be scared out of her fucking wits when she encounter them, and it might be fear. You know what I'm saying? If was a fifth, we'd all be fucked up. If her parents would have told her don't fuss, fight, and flee, maybe the situation wouldn't have happened. But the situation actually did happen, and them police is terrorizing our fucking babies, man. Period. Point blank. Um, thanks, man. I try to tell the truth, man. Hey, and I ain't scared to admit when I'm wrong. Z Man or somebody was talking to in the comment section said something about the Mexican video that I did and brought up a good point that relates back to something Professor Black Jew from TBA called, and I was like, you're right. When you're right, you're right. I can't. Idiots deny the truth and facts. If you're right, you're right. That's what I'm saying. Come on to the black side, brother. Black first, sir. This is what we mean by black first. That's why I want to I won't allow you to elevate her behavior in this situation when we speak it in terms of a child versus trained, grown adults that are public servants that should be held to a higher standard, that are trained in de-escalation. And you'll be a bullshitting ass lie if you said they would have did the same thing to a white teen, to a white child. You're bullshitting if you would have said that. So what does that mean? That means that they're targeting and terrorizing us. So you can't have it both ways. You can't have it. So are you saying that the girl was right for her conduct? No, what I'm saying is the girl was a fucking girl. She's not an adult. Like you got to be 18 to consider grown, 21 to consider to drink. Mine haven't developed yet. Like you said, maybe she did see all the shit that happens on the television and wanted to get out of that situation before she felt like she was going to end up dead. There's a whole bunch of scenarios, but it's not about her behavior. It's not about her conduct. She's a fucking kid. The responsibility of how this situation came out is on the fucking two adults. He said, what'd you say, Donnie? He said, my brother went off to college for game design and came back home a police officer. Haven't seen him since, shaking my head. We're on two different teams now. He changed and turned on the whole family. Weird, right? No. Thanks for sharing that, D. No, that's not weird. What that means is he wants to be he thinks the grass is greener on the other side. First off, he said, we saw the video with the white bully who got arrested, the black small kid. Yeah, I was finna do that one again too. I was finna do that again too. I was finna do that one again that supports that we being targeted. He said you can't stand on the fact that they de-escalated the situation the wrong way. Yes, I can. I want that same fucking energy that you gonna give little Timmy or little Becky. Yeah. They are trained to neutralize the threat. Why is a little black girl a threat? Listen how the fuck you're talking, dude. You see targets of your own people? You know what? Some people might think that you're a plant and you say these things to get this sort of kind of reaction, and you're not. Yeah, I know, Breeze. This is great though. We need you, cuz. We need you on every damn podcast. You want to know why? Because because they the way they did it was that's the point, fam. That's all. That's the not excessive. They were terrorizing a young black child, man. They don't do that to white kids. She is little. You're running with the media narrative that makes black kids automatically older than they are. They try to make Tamir Rice a grown man. Rolled up and shot the boy outside the car. Didn't even get out the car, bruh. Scared? Maybe. What happens when what happens when you get scared? Fight or flight? They grabbed her. She couldn't run. Come on now. This is instinct. Man, listen, fam. We all got family like this. When you on some B1 shit, you might be the only one in the family that see the real shit. We all got family like this. That's why I'm not ashamed or anything like that. I'm not ashamed. It's a lot of black people like this. That's the fucking reason why we in the situation we in right now, because we can't get on code because of niggas like this. That's why. That's what's going on in society right now. Civil war. Drawing a line. Black first or nothing. Because if you ain't black first, then you're basically promoting our extinction at this point. We can't play with people. This kind of talk that Cuz is doing, that's promoting extinction. That, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's what I'm saying. Stop me when I'm wrong. This shit, that kind of talk is promoting extinction, man. That's giving people out. What is family like? Family that doesn't know how to be black first. And when I mean black first, that means putting the group before anything. Not siding with another group over the group. Family that still sleep. I'm not ditching away from the woke. Nigga, you still sleep, cuz. He said, when you all realize that you're keep using the black terminology, it's an issue. Okay, let's stay on topic here, buddy. Gonna have your back when you're against the grain. Listen, thank you. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate my viewers and everybody rocking. But share this episode, man. This is a good teaching moment. Everybody, I need everybody to share this episode. Great teaching moment, man. Because I didn't even expect to be on here this long. But great teaching moment. Because we got a lot of people in society, our community, that think, talk, and act like, and that is not indicative of black empowerment. you can't concentrate on black empowerment while simultaneously caping or explaining for the other side and the other group when it's not time to. That's off code. You're being off code right now by us even having to address an issue that clearly has everything to do with us in the way that I'm explaining it. But this is what happens in these type of groups and forums. We get, people with your mindset that come in and want to distract. You want to talk about using the black terminology. You want to talk about, her this, that. That's not what we talk about. He said, nah, you ain't up against the grain. I'm talking about family, especially your B1 side gonna have your back. I'd have made more alliances and more camaraderie with people in the B1 space, like especially on Facebook. Like one of these days when I get a little time, I'm gonna go through and I'm just gonna start erasing everybody that I don't see or don't talk to or don't fuck with the show. Matter of fact, I just did this family group. I did this family group as an experiment. So I went on Messenger and I grabbed some of the closest people that I talked to and made a Messenger group and start sending my shows to it. Cuz is the only one, and I appreciate you for tapping in, dialoguing with me so far. Like Cuz is the only one out of that group that I see tapping in and dialoguing with me each and every time I throw up one of these things. But I did that as an experiment just to see, how the people that's around you fuck with what you do in your movement. But I do understand that I'm on a Black First B1 movement, and like Cuz here, it's hard for them to see that. But once you get into it, once you figure it out, I know it's hard. I wasn't trained to think Black First too. I was on some coon shit too at a time. I can remember coon's things that I've said and done. But we grow. As a kid, I did as a kid. As a man, I do as a man. He said, he said, the white supremacists who control the prison delegates the names. He said, as Neely Fuller Jr. said, they name everything in prison. Yeah. See, I mean, I'm dialoguing with a fellow smart, informed Black First viewer, right? But I appreciate you, cuz I mean, everything, definitely teaching moments, right? So I appreciate you, being vulnerable or putting your opinion out there. You know what I'm saying? Even if you thought it might be ridiculed because you know about what kind of space it is. And yeah, I'm gonna correct you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna disparage you. We don't disparage people. We don't disparage Black people on this show. I'm just teaching. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, showing the way. I don't disparage. We don't do that on here. It's a whole bunch of other publications to disparage Black people on. We don't do that here. But we can teach each other. And hopefully that you took something from this. Because I was cool Breeze before Breeze Omega, but I evolved when I left the streets. There you go. We love the brother. Oh yeah, we love all our brothers and sisters, but not if you're working hand in hand for the other side. And with that kind of talk, cuz that seems like you're working on the other side. Anybody would say that. But it's all good though. You gonna watch some more. Yeah, when you know better, you do better for sure. You gonna learn some more about tapping in this program. I went way over the time I was going to, but this is a very fucking great discussion. Ain't no excuse about what they did to that little girl. Period. Point blank, and that's it. And they talking about for driving an illegal thing. They talking about that little scooter right here. I didn't see. You see white boys and little white girl and all type of shit ride around on them scooters. Ain't nobody been slammed on the ground for it. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, I ain't gonna hold you, but I'm gonna mold you, fold you, and scold you. And this is the reason why this statement is so true. Yes. Yes. Please make anti-black racism a public health crisis. See, that's why that damn shirt is so important, y'all. No anti-black racism. We need it. We need it because little kids getting targeted and shit like that. I don't know. Love, let people know how that makes sense. I'm not gonna be able to tap in as well today. I might tap in for myself. I might tap in for myself. But if I gotta do it, I'll do it. I'll tap in for myself. Uh, Other than that, man, peace. Love, 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 love. Thanks for tapping in. Thanks for the discussion. I appreciate you. Please, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate it. I'm not trying to talk about
Music TV.
Everybody know you get the money from that robbery before you went upstate. I told you motherfucker I got your money yet, man. Fuck you, man. You ain't got the money yet. Fuck you think you is, man. Motherfucking Ron O'Neal or something. What you gonna do? I'm supposed to be scared now because you got a pistol, motherfucker.
I got it. Look, I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I'm a slave with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paved with this shit. Look, see, I don't play with this shit.
Kyrie with the give and go. I get it cheap for the low. More snow than the Eskimo big birdies. Taking flight, change your life in one night. By 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like midnight. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra 4 if you whip it right. Got good gas and it's light bright. Got
Keeping hula hooping through loopholes, working round shit. You can count lava down, but you can't count them out, baby. Life give me lemons, I make lemon rain die. Keeping hula hooping through loopholes. I gotta go, gotta hustle to get it. If you ain't talking business, little shawty, you
Hey, Ray Ray.
hey Rihanna, hey girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the Putin. I know that might sound a little confusing. I had to say it for my own amusement. What I'm trying to say is, can we go cruising? Top down, blow some good gas, and live.
Crunchy cream leaves, Keith, oil, premium bud. Man, I hustle in the street, but I'm a freak when in love.
Bring that ass over, tryna